What's up, everybody? It's B-Show Brian coming at you with another movie review for Halloween 365. Now, I know I haven't done these a lot in the past, but I'm really enjoying them. And this week, I wanted to do something that's pretty near and dear to my heart, although my arcade cabinet was taken out of my office and put in our home theater. This week, I went to the movie theaters for the first time in a year, and I was really excited to do that. Movies have been a constant in my life, and I have a lot, just like a lot of you, a lot of great memories of going to the movie theaters to see some great movies, some not so great movies, over the course of my lifetime. And I was excited this time around to be able to go and watch Mortal Kombat. I know it's on HBO Max, and I know I pay for HBO Max, but this was kind of special. When I was younger, my cousin Luke used to play Mortal Kombat 2, and I was his wingman. I'd sit with the strategy guide, and I'd feed him all the codes and all the strategy on how to beat everybody. And in a way, it made me a better player, and it made me pretty good at the original arcade-style games because of that, because I learned all of the secrets and the tricks and tips and things. So I used to play with him and my brother Steve and a lot of our friends. We used to play and have Mortal Kombat tournaments at our house. It just was fun. Great memories of a controversial game, but one that we all enjoyed very much. And we all watched the first Mortal Kombat movie and didn't really like the second one, so I was really excited to go and see the new Mortal Kombat this time around. Now, before I get started, I want to know what you guys thought of the movie, first of all. So leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you thought of the movie. I saw some mixed reactions. I saw some people not liking the main story, and I'm not going to give spoilers here. This is not a spoiler-laden review. It's pretty spoiler-free. But I saw people with mixed feelings on the story, on the main character, and it's not a spoiler. They created a different character to follow throughout the movie. I actually didn't mind that so much. I know a lot of people were upset about that, but I thought it was interesting that they're trying to do something different with Mortal Kombat. I got the feeling that this was attempting to broaden the universe out as far as make Mortal Kombat and its universe more akin to the Star Wars universe or the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the DC universe. One way is how the story took place over different periods of time. And I'm not going to give away spoilers again, but it starts out in, I think, the 1600s in feudal Japan or China, and then they fast forward to modern times. And then in another scene, we go to Outworld, and then we're in the desert. And to me, it gave it like an epic scale, almost like Star Wars in a way, where it's a multi-generational modern-day myth. And I think that's cool, because Mortal Kombat, the first cinematic go-around, didn't fare too well once sequels came into play. It was not a pretty picture. So in this stance, I'm kind of cool with it. And speaking of the mythology, one of the things I really dug about the movie was how it used elements of fire and water right off the bat. It's really grounded in an eternal struggle between elements. You have good versus evil, you have Earth versus Outworld, and that's represented very early on and throughout the movie by elements like fire and water constantly at odds. And it is a tale as old as good versus evil. I won't spoil it, but there was a really nice mix of characters. Most from the older original trilogy of games, and then there was a few from some of the newer ones and some newer takes. So I'm not going to spoil it, but if you're looking for a good cast of Mortal Kombat characters, this movie really has it. The other good thing too is they give you enough of a variety, but still wanting more. I will have to say, I know people are mixed on this, but Kano definitely stole the show, and you'll see why when you watch it. He reminds me of Johnny Cage from the original Mortal Kombat, where he's such a dick, but you like him because he's charismatic and he's funny, and I don't know, I'm going to leave it at that, so I think you'll enjoy it. Kano and Sonya Blade have a really good interaction in the movie. The effects are also awesome, and I know a lot of people favor practical effects over computer effects. I do as well, to an extent. I mean, the original Goro was like a Rodin puppet, or a Rodin, whatever you call it. It was a Muppet. Fuck, it was a Muppet. Goro was designed by the Jim Henson Creature Shop, and it was great. It was amazing, because how else can you do like a 9-foot tall 4-armed dude and do it well? Obviously, they didn't do it that well for Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but For computer graphics, this Goro was ferocious. He was big. Goro was awesome. The physical elements of like the ice and the fire effects and how they were used were fantastic. The fight scenes I thought were really good. I know some people like Shaheen and John from Break the Apocalypse had said on our show last night that they didn't do enough damage, there wasn't enough blood until the fatalities, although the fatalities were awesome. I thought the fight scenes were well choreographed and very good for what they were. And the kills were very bloody and true to the Mortal Kombat fatality style. You are going to love some of the fatalities. The original Mortal Kombat was a product of the early to mid 90s. It reminded me of Power Rangers meets Bloodsport. It was definitely your PG-13 Mortal Kombat movie. So this one is much more bloody. It's a hard R. It's in your face. This was very much more serious than the original. It was obviously fantasy based, but it was a real world setting with mythology built in. They gave you grounded characters that you could really root for other than just relying on nostalgia, which I think is another reason I like this movie so much. They could have very easily just rebooted the original, or they could have just lazily said, oh, here's some characters that you like and we're going to put them in a tournament and do some half-ass story. However, the dialogue is god-awful. And I'm not even talking about cheesy one-liners like get over here or fatality or flawless victory. That's fine, that goes with the territory. I mean just poorly written dialogue. So I guess that would be my only real complaint about this movie. The writing, the dialogue was really, really bad. Really bad. Really bad. I really don't understand the flack that a lot of people online are giving the movie. I thought it was great for what it was. It was a fun nostalgia trip without resting completely on its laurels. I think they try to do some new things. I think they're trying to broaden the franchise and the universe. And I think that's a good thing. Because if Hollywood's going to keep going back to the well, if they're going to keep dusting off these old franchises because they don't want to do any other ideas and come up with new concepts, if it's just easier to market, fine, make it good. Because a lot of remakes and reboots aren't that good. Mortal Kombat was really good. So I don't understand the flack that a lot of people have given it online. I've seen some talk about social justice issues. I didn't see that at all in this movie, and neither did anyone that I watched it with. Look, it's not perfect. It's not Casablanca, as I said. It's a video game movie about a kumite, essentially. So lots to love in there, a few cringy dialogue moments, but hey, it's a lot better than it could be, and it's a hell of a lot better than Annihilation. And let's face it, guys, I know we're fans of these old franchises, and we don't want to see things get bastardized, but at some point you have to take a new approach. And if they're going to take a new approach, let's just see where this goes. It's not nearly as bad as Star Wars, or some people were upset with Star Trek. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun. And to not sound too corny, I'm ready for round 2. So I'm out of time. My name's Bisho Brian. Again, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the movie. Who's your favorite character? I'm going to do another video shortly about my 5 go-to characters when playing the original trilogy. And I'll see you then. But Bisho Brian, Halloween 365. Go see Mortal Kombat. And if you can, in your local theater.